Okay. I'm realizing I'm now just too lazy to write anything. Hi, everybody. I'm not sure if that started. But now it is. So I'm realizing I'm just too lazy to write anything now. So I just go live. Anyways, I hope it serves people. It's also probably also for me to do some more writing. So, anyways, laughing at myself about that. Okay. So today I wanted to talk about receiving. And I this is a new experiment because I have a few pieces that I want to say, but there's uh, I'm also open to receiving more that I might more pieces of the puzzle here as I share. So I'm curious what those will be. Hello, if you're watching, say hey. It's so nice to know who's out there. Um, so receiving. So I want to start by saying that I'm realizing more and more that receiving is a serious art and skill. The art of receiving and of allowing yourself to receive, of allowing myself to receive. It's a well, and also it's a practice, right? It's a practice, and it's something that one can get better and better and better and better at. And the other piece that I'm seeing freshly now is also that the degree to which I receive is the degree to which I permit the giver to give. And that's profound. That's profound. And so while certainly historically I have thought of receiving as like greedy somehow or like ungenerous somehow. I am seeing more and more that receiving is an utterly generous thing. And so I would love to challenge anyone watching this as to how deeply can you receive? How deeply can you receive? Can you allow it in? And the beauty is that we can, every moment, we can receive. Yes. Hey, Kim. Yeah, it totally is, Kimberly. Thanks. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for watching here. Yes, it is a process of unlearning. I'm curious what you are unlearning. That might be useful to name. Yeah. Yeah, and then submission. Yeah. So we have just been in a challenge with three really amazing women, Anna Voigt, Lainey Smith, Kavita Singh, and they talked about submission there. Um, and submission can be a hairy word because we think like surrendering to somebody else's will or power over us. But in fact, the greater submission is to your true call, your true heart, and your true desire. And yes, also via somebody who perhaps has more, not perhaps, who you feel or does have more capacity to witness and hold that than you do in this moment. And that in that act of surrendering, your own being increases. You get to receive. You get to receive. So yeah, and yes, okay, I want to come back to this. So receiving in every moment, from receiving the support of gravity or the surface under your body. That is a profound act of receiving. How deeply can you receive the support of the earth underneath you and via whatever surface is just that resting down? How deeply can you receive the sensation of the inflow of oxygen into your body? Right? that's that's big. And so that's one way. I wanted to name those because receiving is something we can practice in every moment and that we are practicing in every moment. In a sense, maybe we could name receiving as the depth of exchange. It's our opening into deeper possibility for exchange. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so Kimberly, I think this is you talking to what you're unlearning. Beautiful. So seeing the defense mechanisms that surface and masculine control energy, nice, that stifle the feminine energy of receiving and trusting, yes. Learning to see people not as takers, but they are capable in giving you what you, yeah, and giving when you change the lens. Oh my God, that's beautifully said. Yes, because in any dynamic, we are both, or we are more than us, participating in that dynamic. And so it's quite amazing that if we can shift our energy into exactly, as you say, that receiving, it shifts the energy of that dynamic, and opens the door for generosity, for a generosity of exchange. Um, Beautiful. That's beautifully put. Yeah, so interesting. It was of value, wasn't it? um, Seeing, I'm not sure if you mean the container of your past thinking or the container of the challenge, but both of those have been and are of value. I just want to speak a little bit more to the defense mechanisms and that masculine control energy, right? So if we look closely at why, what limits my receiving? Oh, yeah. This is it too. So for me in the past, what has limited my receiving, this is still a work on, is my willingness to be present to my own sense of value, my sense of value of myself. And I'm seeing, I'm just seeing how heartbreaking it is. Like, holy crap, that act of, no, I can't receive because I'm on a subtle level, I don't feel worthy. Like, oh, that's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. And and it's amazing how, in allowing ourselves to receive, it actually opens our own eyes to our own value, too. Um, yeah, that's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Okay, what else here? Yeah, also, if you have comments or thoughts on your practice of receiving, where are you stuck? Where is it working well for you? I'm very curious about that. Um, there was something else. Oops, sorry about that. And that. Receiving other sounds. Okay, maybe this means I'm done. Okay. Just want to see. Receiving. Was there anything else? I just want to draw it back to receiving whatever is present in the moment. Sorry about that, guys. Getting some messages. Yes, because that is important, right? Our capacity to receive whatever is present in the moment as the perfect, the perfect presence for us. And I also want to take this moment to talk about the word perfect, because the only way that word makes, for a while, the only way that word makes sense, pause, I'm coming back to that thought. Uh, for a while in my journey, I was like, okay, well, fuck the word perfect. Like, that doesn't exist, right? But it does exist. Perfection does exist, and it is exactly what is here. That is the only definition of perfect that makes sense. So that's cool. I think that's really, really cool. Um, and when we can feel that, it's like it opens our eyes to seeing all of the possible learning that is here. So that's another way in which we can receive, is to utterly receive what's present in your present moment. Like, there's no greater feed than that, right? And receive yourself exactly as you are. Christy. Oh, good. Yay. I'm glad. I hope it's good. Yeah, yeah. Divine timing is perfect. And not just divine timing, all timing. All timing is perfect. And it's a question, if we're glitching, anytime we're glitching, or it's like feeling like it's not perfect, there is a truth for us to see. There's a truth for us to see. There's learning in that glitch. And that's all any glitch is like our next study. Like, that's your next lesson. Wherever the friction or the glitch is, that's the perfect place to place your attention, look closely, understanding, okay, all of the pieces I need to move forward are here in this dynamic. can I listen to them? Can I receive them? And that is what will carry me forward into new patterns of behavior that serve me more, give more to others, allow me to receive more. So that's super, super cool. Um, yes. So I also think that we tend to have areas in our life where we are good at receiving and areas in our life where we're not so good in receiving, dynamics in our life, particular relationships where we're good at receiving and dynamics where we're not good at receiving. I think receiving also looks different. Maybe we could redefine receiving as a sense of satisfaction and a sense of nourishment, so that sometimes it is in the giving that we're receiving. And yet, for all you givers out there, that is not an excuse to just go on only giving, right? That is not generous. That is not generous. And I want to see if I can bring some more words to the kind of almost terror of opening to receiving more, because that's very profound, and I can feel that in myself, where it's like is the feeling, and there's definitely a vulnerability in it, and interesting. It's like there's interesting. It's like there's a, oh, I can't name it right now. I sort of have a feeling tone. It's like there's a fear that if, okay, so for me, the dynamic in me is if I allow myself to receive, um, I think it's just interconnected with my previous belief pattern of if I'm not giving, I'm worthless. And so then receiving is very, very risky. I'm not in that position of what I feel of power and control into giving. Fear of being too exposed, exactly. And that what will be exposed will yeah, not be loved or met or something like that. But it's also for me interconnected with my value being locked in for a while there in terms of me giving, and so that's taken me a while to sort of tease out that my value is not interconnected with this idea of giving. Value just is. Value just is, and the more we rest into it, the more it is, the more it's there, the more we feel. I mean, it's there regardless, but the more we rest into it, the more we feel connected to it. And your feeling connected to your own value is the greatest gift you can give anybody, because you're holding that in your own being. And just by doing that, you're modeling what that is and feels like. And that's beautiful and important. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I feel complete. Now I feel complete. Kimberly, thank you for being here and sharing. Christy, good to see you. Good to see you. Big love to everybody out there. Do share. I want to hear about where you're glitching and where you're thriving in terms of general or give or receiving, and where has transformations in your understanding of that happened. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, bye for now.